जय श्री माताजी। ऑनलाइन उपस्थित विश्व के सभी साधकों का सुबह के ध्यान सत्र में हार्दिक स्वागत है। परम पूज्य श्री माताजी को वंदन करके हम सब ध्यान की स्थिति में बैठते हैं। परम पूज्य श्री माताजी आज का ध्यान सत्र शुरू करने की कृपया अनुमति प्रदान कीजिए। सामूहिक बंधन। अपना चित्त हृदय में लाते हैं। परम पूज्य श्री माताजी कृपावंत होकर आप हमारे हृदय में विराजिए। श्री माताजी कृपा कर हमारा हृदय निर्मल, शुद्ध एवं विशाल बनाइए। परम पूज्य श्री माताजी आपकी कृपा में हम केवल शुद्ध आत्मा हैं। तीन महामंत्र तत्पश्चात श्री गणेश मंत्र।
प्रदायिनी
जय श्री माता जी। संतुलन करने हेतु अपना राइट हैंड पृथ्वी तत्व पर रखते हैं। चित्त इड़ा नाड़ी पर। परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, आपकी कृपा में सामूहिकता के इड़ा नाड़ी पर तमोगुण के सभी बाधक तत्व भूमि तत्व में विलीन कर दीजिए। श्री माता जी, कृपा आकर सामूहिकता की इड़ा नाड़ी शुद्ध कर दीजिए। राइट हैंड गोद में, लेफ्ट हैंड आकाश की तरफ। चित्त पिंगला नाड़ी पर। परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, आपकी कृपा में सामूहिकता के पिंगला नाड़ी पर रजोगुण के सभी बाधक तत्व, अतिरिक्त उष्णता, भविष्य के विचार, अहंकार आकाश तत्व में विलीन कर दीजिए। श्री माता जी, कृपा कर सामूहिकता की पिंगला नाड़ी शुद्ध कर दीजिए। लेफ्ट हैंड गोद में, अपना चित्त मध्य नाड़ी और सहस्रार पर। परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, कृपा कर हमें संतुलन दीजिए, हमें वर्तमान में रखिए। चित्त मूलाधार चक्र पर लाते हैं। परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, आपकी कृपा में सामूहिकता के मूलाधार चक्र पर गणेश तत्व प्रस्थापित कीजिए। चित्त मूलाधार पर श्री कुंडलिनी गौरी माता साक्षात। ओम त्वमेव साक्षात श्री कुंडलिनी गौरी माता साक्षात श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवै नमो नमः। अपना चित्त मध्य मार्ग से सहस्रार पर लाते हैं। परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, कृपावंत होकर आप हमारे सहस्त्रार पर विराजिए। श्री माता जी, कृपा कर हमें निर्विचारिता प्रदान कीजिए। परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, कृपा कर हमें निर्विचार निर्विकल्प ध्यान में स्थित कीजिए। जय श्री माता जी। इसी ध्यान की स्थिति में अमृतवाणी आत्मसात करते हैं। श्री गणेश पूजा 1985 पार्ट 1।
Today we have gathered here on the right of the year and very auspicious day to worship Shri Ganesh. Shri Ganesha is the first deity that was created so that the whole universe is filled with auspiciousness, with peace, bliss, and spirituality. He is the source. He is the source of spirituality. As a result of that, all other things follow. Like when it rains and is windy, you feel the coolness in the atmosphere. In the same way, when Sri Ganesha emits his power, we feel all these three things within and without. But it has been so unfortunate, especially in the West, that the most important, fundamental deity has been completely not only neglected but insulted and crucified. So today, though I did not want to say anything to upset you people, but I must tell you that worshipping Shri Ganesha means there has to be a thorough cleansing within you. When you worship Shri Ganesha, keep your mind clean, keep your heart clean, keep your being clean. No thoughts of lust and greed should come up. Actually, when the Kundalini rises, Ganesha had to be awakened within us, the innocence has to come up, which obliterates all such degrading ideas within us. If ascent has to be achieved, we have to understand that we have to mature. People are sick now. All over the Western life, one feels they are sick. Sick because they have never recognized Shri Ganesh. If one Freud came, that doesn't mean that you should accept him. But you did. As if it was such an important thing to be done. There was nothing more important than that. So today we are faced with our power of ascent and the power of conditionings we have had. When Freud talked of conditioning, he didn't know he was putting another type of horrid conditionings on you. Terrible. Sex is not important for human beings at all. Is not at all important. It is only when you want to have children, actually a human being who is of the highest level will indulge into a sex. The lure, the romance, this nonsense and all that doesn't exist in a pure mind. It's all a human creation. And this servility one has to that is so much surprising. It comes from a very low grading within us. It comes from the low-graded human beings. That one becomes servile to it. You should be the master of that. And today when I see around myself, in the West, which is also a part and parcel of the same creation, so much of sickness that has come. I am really aghast. How to turn your attention now to the maturity of sex. When the sex matures, you become a father, a mother, and a pure personality. When you hear about a 90-year-old woman marrying a 19-year-old boy, you just don't understand. This is what sort of a society it has been created in this world. This kind of a stupid behavior. We have to mature ourselves. That doesn't mean I'm saying austerity at young age. That doesn't mean that. Another absurdity is that. But of course you must mature. You need a tapasya for that. Unimportant thing when become important, and such an important thing that they're just like anything that we have, like we have hair. Even if you lose hair, it means something. But if you lose sex, what's wrong with it? It's very good riddance of bad rubbish. Such a waste of energy. So much interest, so much of our precious attention, so much of auspiciousness spent in this kind of a nonsensical thing. So to worship Ganesha, one has to understand we have to mature. Maturity has to come within us. We have to go deeper within ourselves. Our attention has to go deeper within ourselves, spontaneously. How do we achieve the depth if we are still like worms? Otherwise, it's a great sort of a sacrifice or a pressure on people. These tags and these pressures have been very costly for you people. Very costly. You have paid through so much. You have gone through so much for what? So, the priorities have to change if Shri Ganesha is to be worshipped. What are we worshipping today is the innocence within us. We are worshipping that is auspicious, which is innocent. Innocence which is deep down within us, that's our character, that's our nature, that's what we are born with, is the basic of this whole creation, is the essence of this creation. So when matter becomes active, all right, reproduction starts, animal stage comes in, then comes the stage of human beings who are primitive, then comes the stage where human beings are developed, not the way what we understand of the developed world, horrible. I'll never call them developed by any chance at all. What is development is not outside. What is the within development one has to see. What have we grown inside? What have we got inside ourselves? Anything that grows big is plastic of that kind. The one which hasn't got any inner power grown. Say for example, I give you a mango, I said, all right, now you eat it. And you see it just has the cover and nothing inside it. What will you eat? Will you eat that plastic? Anything that grown like that is plastic, is dead. What is the substance inside? Let's see. What is our substance within ourselves? This is what Christ preached. Morality point. So important for him it was. Because after dharma, which was a balance, where of course morality is very important. But it was necessary for Christ to talk of the innate, deeper morality, which is a part and parcel of our being. It is not just taught or told or frightened because there's a fear of God and wrath of God. But it should be your own innate light. That's why Christ talked about it. And the same Christ was used to demolish innocence. And I would not say that people were not born. Freud was not the only person who was born. The other day I went to Prado in Spain, and I saw paintings after paintings of the hell. And all these modern times we see those lanky-pankies going around without clothes, sort of people were shown with all kind of funny things, stupid things they were doing. This was Bosch. I was surprised, a German, Bosch, who showed all this nonsense there very clearly. Way to hell, then the attack of the death, all these things. I mean, he was quite a recent person. If you call Blake as a madcap, so what about Bosch? Everybody is a madcap except for the stupid, useless people. So much warning has come for us. For example, we can say, since long, we know about hell. Mahavira, of all the persons, wrote so clearly about hell. This is hell. But in the West, the priorities are absolutely upside down. What is your power? Just think of it. Think within yourself. Is it mental power? That's important. I have told you mental power has nothing to do because it is just linear, it moves in one direction, falls off, comes back to you. It has no substance in it. It's just a mind projection, plastic. What is your emotional power? Emotions that you have takes you where? See, you have emotions for even good emotions you have. Say, you love your wife very much. Where does it take you? There was a poet called Tulsidasa who loved his wife very much. She had gone to her mother's place. So he couldn't bear it and went to see her, and he climbed over to her balcony. And she got a fright. She said, "How did you climb?" He said, "You had put a rope there." She said, "No." They saw it was a big snake hanging. So she said, "The amount of love you have for me, if you have that for God, where will you be?" So where does these emotions take you? To frustration, to unhappiness, to our destruction. The mental power gives you a horrible thing called ego, which destroys others. And the emotional power gives you nothing but crying, weeping, and always feeling unhappy. Oh, I have done so much of emotional investment on such and such person, and what did I get? So it is not absolute, it's relative. Mentally you are zero if you cannot destroy others. Emotionally you are zero because you cannot overpower people with your emotions. So what is your power? Where does your power lie? It lies in the spirit. But even before the spirit is achieved, what is your power? Is Kundalini? She is sleeping. Then what is your power? Is your chastity. If a man is chaste temperament he has, and he stands up in his chastity, it acts. It works. But first of all, chastity pays dividend in your good health. From the face of a person you can say that this person is a chaste man. Like in our Shastras used to say, a saint or a brahmachari, the one who has never had sex in life, always shining on his face. And as we say that the greatest brahmachari was Shri Krishna, who has so many wives. Because no wastage of energy, no wastage of attention is on that. So the whole energy is inside. I will say today as I was coming by car, it was raining, it was windy, it was very cold, but we were in the car. Nothing affected us because we were quite warm inside the car ourselves. We passed through everything, nothing touched us. Nothing bothered us. We came away, everything fine. How? Because we kept to our own vehicle. And the vehicle we have is our chastity. We are so particular that others must respect us. Others must give us homage. Otherwise we get into tempers. Did you respect yourself? Do you respect yourself? It sounds sometimes to people in the West that Mother is very trying to preach about Indian culture. Many people think that. But I say that one has to learn science from the West, all right. One has to learn other things from the West. Aesthetics, of course. Paintings and art, maybe. Color schemes. But culture you better learn from Indians. There's dearth of culture, no culture at all, I find. What is this culture where a woman is supposed to expose her body? It's a prostitute's culture. Simple as that. Face it up. Where a woman is not supposed to respect her private parts is no culture whatsoever in the aesthetics of the divine. So much so today that they are making a film showing Mary to be a prostitute. I mean, this is where you have ended up. In India, even if you say this, they'll beat you nicely. Anyone, whether Muslim, Hindu, Christian. I mean, it's shocking to hear that the way they talk about Christ here. I mean, to an Indian it gives a shock. How can you talk? Because once you give up your chastity, you cannot understand that there can be someone who is absolutely chaste. For a thief, everybody is a thief. Because you don't have that respect for your chastity, you cannot imagine what Christ could have been. You cannot imagine, you cannot accept. Unbearable things are said about Christ. I tell you, unbearable. I don't know. I faced his crucifixion, which was unbearable as it was. But this kind of a thing you say about somebody, to an Indian woman, if you pass such a remark, to an Indian ordinary woman, she would commit suicide. It's never said that anybody comes and says, you're looking very beautiful. It's all right, you can say to your mother, you're looking nice, it's all right, that's different. But you don't say to any woman like that. You have to turn yourself out. And this is one of the reasons why people are very hot-tempered. The magnet within you is Shri Ganesh. Many people know that I have a great sense of direction. That comes through this magnet, which is perfect. This magnet is the one which keeps you sticking or adjusted or all the time pointed towards spirit. If you don't have the sense of chastity, you will dangle this way, that way. Suddenly you become a very good Sahajayogi, tomorrow you become a devil. Because there's nothing that keeps you binding to the great idea of the Spirit. Let us face it up. Now the time has come for all of us, all the Sahajogis, that the greatest thing within us is not sex, but is chastity. And that's what will mature you. It's very amazing how some people were behaving in Bodhi. I came to know about it, I was amazed. How could they behave like this before the villagers of Bodhi, who are innocent, simple people? But the best part of it, that when you indulge into frivolous and nonsensical behavior, insulting your chastity, you really lack in the action of it. Like if you fritter away your petrol, your car can't move. It's like that, something happens to you. All the time you go on pinching people and frivolously talking to each other, and what is the need to do all this? I just don't understand. And then end up in the divorce case. Once I had gone to Selfridges, I must tell you a very interesting story. And in such a crowd, there were two people, man and woman, kissing each other all the time. Least bothered, there are other people who are also going on the same escalator. Escalator they were kissing, in the thing they were kissing. I mean, torturing all the Indians who were there, or maybe the other people, Chinese, for example, Egyptians. Such an exhibition was on. And I saw them next time. They were not kissing. I said, what happened? We are divorced. I said, why were you kissing that day so much? So they said, because we were going to be divorced. So we wanted to have the last bit of it. What a level it is. Imagine, what a level. What love, what what feeling you have for anyone, nothing of the kind. All the time quarreling with each other, ending up in the divorce cases, and showing off all this. Any deep personality doesn't show these things outside. Of course, I'm told here that here in the public school it is said that you should never show your emotions outside. But otherwise you can show anything else, ridiculous or shameless, but not your emotions. What an absurd place it is. You have accepted all these values, just like sheep, without thinking about it. Like I was in France, one girl came and she was crying. She said, I will, horrid, I will never go to these psychologists. So I said, why? They were saying dirty things about my father. Imagine. And people accepted those ideas of this horrible Freud. Is basically wrong. Whether it is historically there or whatever it is, you better give it up. Whatever wrong is wrong in the divine. Whatever is right in the divine. But there's a real objection now that people, when they go abroad, husband and wife and this and that, they kiss each other and tease each other. What is the need? You kiss the person and come and tell me against that person. I've seen it. If there has to be some self-preservation, this has to be your chastity, your privacy. That's why you have no willpower to do anything. No willpower. Let some stupid fellow come and tell you something. You will say, all right, we accept. What is the essence of your personality is your chastity. And in Sahajayoga, you can re-establish everything, whatever you have lost. You can. That's why the depth is lacking. And this is the reason there is no consistency in the temperament of people. No consistency. Now you'll get 1,200 people for my lecture. And next day not even one. All lost. Because there's no base, like a loose connection. There's no connection. Connection point is your chastity. So there is no consistency, satatya is not there. If you tell them you have to get up in the morning, have a bath, do some puja, it's too much for them. But if you tell, say an Indian lady, for me, if you say that you wear such and such dress, I just can't. No, not possible. It's not possible. I can keep the whole night awake, but that thing I cannot do, just cannot do. So the priorities are changed because where is your attention? You have everything within you. You are the storehouse of chastity, which is your power. Everything within you. Nothing has gone out. It's all there. All that fragrance is within you. It's all preserved. Don't condemn yourself. And you are so fortunate I am here to tell you all about it. You are so fortunate I am with you. Do you understand that point? You don't have to go to Himalayas You don't have to stand on your heads. You don't have to do anything like that. You see, formerly these saints used to sit, you won't believe, in the cold, frozen water or on the Himalayas in the open. They used to sit for hours together to freeze their nonsensical ideas. Now that's not necessary. It's all made very easy. But change your priorities now. The whole attention once goes to your own spirit. You'll be surprised. The whole chart will change. What's the most important thing? To meditate every day. I have seen people who want to do some course. Say, for example, I told that you better do some course. Every day they will go for that course and join that class and they will work it out and they'll pass that course and do it up and finish it. But meditation, they cannot do regularly. But now there's a little gap, you should understand. That once we get the inkling of that joy, which is eternal, we start moving towards that more and more, and establishing ourselves in the ocean of that joy. A little. You see, when somebody wants you to swim, you are frightened. You don't want to do it. You are very happy on the gross shore. You don't want to swim. Somebody pushes you, again you are back. No, Baba, I cannot do it. But once you learn to swim, you enjoy that swimming. And then you like it and you want to do it every day, regularly, religiously. So there's a little gap which has to be achieved. Second point is that, as I've been always saying, you are lotuses, but under a mire. And you know what mire is. While India is the ocean, so it's very easy for the lotuses to come out of the water. But to come out of the mire is very difficult. Say somebody falls in the mire. If you kick it, you go deeper. If you try to do anything, you go deeper. Best thing is to keep watching it and still. And that's the best way, is to witness yourself. But your attention is not all right, how will you witness? Attention is, somebody is going that side, that person will see. Another person going that person will. Must see every person. But you don't see the flowers. You don't see the trees. You don't see the Mother Earth. You don't see anything. What you see is something hopelessly bad, worse than you. Today is the day they say one should not see the moon. If you see the moon, it becomes auspicious and you get a bad name. They said Shri Krishna saw the moon and then he got a bad name. He was Ranchordas, means he had to run away from the battlefield. But that was his trick, he had to run away. So you are not supposed to see the moon. The reason is, why it is said, that today we have to see Shri Ganesh, who is the Mother Earth, who acts through Mother Earth. Most of the things that we have are from the Mother Earth. So this time you must see the Mother Earth, the Kundalini and Shri Ganesh. Today, the Mother Earth has created Shri Ganesha. So you don't see anything outside. You don't even see the moon. Just see the Mother Earth.
जय श्री माता जी। श्री आदि शक्ति मंत्र। ओम त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री आदि शक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवै नमो नमः। आरती की तैयारी करते हैं।
श्री करके साक्षात श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री करके साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिने मोक्ष प्रदायिने माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। बोलो श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी की
जय। परम पूज्य श्री माताजी, आज का सामूहिक ध्यान हम आपके श्री चरणों पर समर्पित करते हैं। परम पूज्य श्री माताजी, कृपा आकर हमारे अंदर श्री गणेश तत्व प्रस्थापित कीजिए, हमें अबोध बनाइए, हमें सुबुद्धि दीजिए। श्री माताजी, कृपा कर सारे विश्व में मंगलता, पवित्रता और शांति प्रस्थापित कीजिए। श्री माताजी, कृपा कर हमारे सारे दोष, बाधा नष्ट कीजिए, हमें अंदर से पूर्ण रूप से शुद्ध बनाइए। परम पूज्य श्री माताजी, कृपा कर हमारे सारे कुसंस्कार नष्ट कीजिए, हमारे अंदर नैतिकता वृद्धिंगत कीजिए, हमें सहज में परिपक्व बनाइए। कृपा कर हमारा चित्त शुद्ध कीजिए। परम पूज्य श्री माताजी, श्री गणेश जी के सारे गुण हमारे अंदर स्थापित कीजिए। परम पूज्य श्री माताजी, आपके श्री चरणों पर हमारा कोटि कोटि नमन, कोटि कोटि नमन, अनंत कोटि नमन। जय श्री माता जी। सामूहिक बंधन लेते हैं। जय श्री माता जी। आज के कार्यक्रम, आज शाम का ध्यान ठीक 7 बजे प्रतिष्ठान पुणे यूट्यूब चैनल पर लाइव प्रसारित होगा। आज का ध्यान सत्र यहीं पे संपन्न होता है। अब हम सहज संगीत का आनंद लेते हैं। आज का दिन सबके लिए आनंदमय, मंगलमय रहे। जय श्री माता जी।
चमत्कार हो गया, जो माँ के दर पे आया वो पार हो गया। कुंडलिनी जाग उठी, चमत्कार हो गया, जो माँ के दर पे आया वो पार हो गया। ऋषि मुनियों ने जिसको बन बन खोजा था, ऋषि मुनियों ने जिसको बन बन खोजा था, घर बैठे ही उस पर, घर बैठे ही उस पर अधिकार हो गया। जो माँ के दर पे आया वो पार हो गया। जो माँ के दर पे आया वो पार हो गया। कुंडलिनी जाग उठी चमत्कार हो गया। जो माँ के दर पे आया वो पार हो गया। निर्मल माँ के दर पे आया वो पार हो गया। आत्मज्ञान पाने की मेरी तमन्ना थी। आत्मज्ञान पाने की मेरी तमन्ना थी। कई जन्मों का सपना, कई जन्मों का सपना साकार हो गया। जो माँ के दर पे आया वो पार हो गया। निर्मल माँ के दर पे आया वो पार हो गया। माँ है काबा, माँ है काशी, माँ में सारे धाम है। माँ है काबा, माँ है काशी, माँ में सारे धाम है। देवों की देवी का, देवों की देवी का दीदार हो गया। जो माँ के दर पे आया वो पार हो गया। जो माँ के दर पे आया वो पार हो गया। कुंडलिनी जाग उठी चमत्कार हो गया। जो माँ के दर पे आया वो पार हो गया। निर्मल माँ के दर पे आया वो पार हो गया। ये मेरा है वो तेरा है, इसमें ही मन उलझाता। ये मेरा है वो तेरा है, इसमें ही मन उलझाता। माँ बिन सब है झूठी माया, माँ बिन सब है झूठी माया। एतबार हो गया। जो माँ के दर पे आया वो पार हो गया। निर्मल माँ के दर पे आया वो पार हो गया। माँ के दर पे आकर वो लौट गए हैं खाली। माँ के दर पे आकर वो लौट गए हैं खाली। जिनको अपनी बुद्धि पर, जिनको अपनी बुद्धि पर अहंकार हो गया। जो माँ के दर पे आया वो पार हो गया। जो माँ के दर पे आया वो पार हो गया। कुंडलिनी जाग उठी चमत्कार हो गया। जो माँ के दर पे आया वो पार हो गया। निर्मल माँ के दर पे आया वो पार हो गया। जाति धर्म और देश का माने भेद मिटाया। जाति धर्म और देश का माने भेद मिटाया। अब सारा जग ही अपना, अब सारा जग ही अपना परिवार हो गया। जो माँ के दर पे आया वो पार हो गया। निर्मल माँ के दर पे आया वो पार हो गया। करो निर्मला माँ की भक्ति, मिल जाएगी मुक्ति। करो निर्मला माँ की मेरी मुक्ति। आदिशक्ति का जग में, आदिशक्ति का जग में अवतार हो गया। जो माँ के दर पे आया वो पार हो गया। जो माँ के दर पे आया वो पार हो गया। कुंडलिनी जाग उठी, चमत्कार हो गया। जो माँ के दर पे आया वो पार हो गया। निर्मल माँ के दर पे आया वो पार हो गया। जो माँ के दर पे आया वो पार हो गया। निर्मल माँ के दर पे आया वो पार हो गया। वो पार हो गया। वो पार हो गया। पवन झकोरा लायो रे संदेशा। पवन झकोरा लायो रे संदेशा। माँ निर्मल के आने का नाचो झूमो झूम के गालो। नाचो झूमो झूम के गालो। मौसम आया गाने का। पवन झकोरा लायो रे संदेशा। पवन झकोरा लायो रे संदेशा। माँ के पथ पर फूल बिछा दो, करके न्यौछावर अपना तन मन। माँ के पथ पर फूल बिछा दो, करके न्यौछावर अपना तन मन। माँ की एक मुस्कान की खातिर, माँ की एक मुस्कान की खातिर कर दो अपना सब कुछ अर्पण। खुद को खोकर उसको पालो, खुद को खोकर उसको पालो। मौसम आया पाने का। पवन झकोरा लायो रे संदेशा। माँ निर्मल के आने का। नाचो झूमो झूम के गालो। नाचो झूमो झूम के गालो। मौसम आया गाने का। पवन झकोरा लायो रे संदेशा। पवन झकोरा लायो रे संदेशा। माँ निर्मल के नूर बनो तुम, कहती है ये मौज बहारे। माँ निर्मल के नूर बनो तुम, कहती है ये मौज बहारे। तभी बनोगे प्यारे बच्चे, तभी बनोगे प्यारे बच्चे। माँ निर्मल की आँख के तारे मन में अपने निश्चय कर लो। मन में अपने निश्चय कर लो। शिव स्वरूप को पाने का। पवन झकोरा लायो रे संदेशा। पवन झकोरा लायो रे संदेशा। आत्मदर्शन तुम पा जाओ, चैतन्य की लहरें बहने दो। आत्मदर्शन तुम पा जाओ, चैतन्य की लहरें बहने दो। खोल दो तुम द्वार हृदय के, खोल दो तुम द्वार हृदय के प्रेम की गंगा बहने दो। आया है ये समा सुहाना, आया है ये समा सुहाना, स्वयं लीन हो जाने का पवन झकोरा लायो रे संदेशा। पवन झकोरा लायो रे संदेशा। सुख दुख के सब बंधन छूटे, छूटे आशा और निराशा। सुख दुख के सब बंधन छूटे, छूटे आशा और निराशा। बन जाओ तुम साक्षी इसके, बन जाओ तुम साक्षी इसके, जग है खेल और तमाशा। मान दिया है तुमको साधन, मान दिया है तुमको साधन, ज्योत ज्योत समाने का पवन झकोरा लायो रे संदेशा। माँ निर्मल के आने का नाचो झूमो झूम के गालो, नाचो झूमो झूम के गालो। मौसम आया गाने का पवन झकोरा लायो रे संदेशा। पवन झकोरा लायो रे संदेशा।